Welcome to Shooting Straight. I'm Chris Graham, and I'm joined by Rob Feinstein. And Rob Feinstein is working with AWE. Hey, Rob, first off, how did you get hooked up with AWE and Marvin Ward?
Back in 2004, I believe, 2005, Marvin had contacted us about coming down to one of the shows down in Williamsboro, Virginia. And at the time, he needed a camera crew, and we were very much interested in filming his, I think it was his very first show, the children's fundraiser. And that's how I hooked up with Marvin, and we've been pretty much with Marvin ever since that first show.
Now, Marvin's gone and taken his promotions from, the charity shows that sort of were disjointed to now something very organized with Awesome Wrestling Entertainment. And from your perspective now, I mean, what we're attempting to do here with AWE, basically, talk about what your thoughts are here. This is an interesting wrestling landscape in 2011 to be doing, another promotion like this, but there seems to be room in the market for a new product like AWE.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I think right now we had two shows, and the crowds, speak for themselves. He drew over 1,000 for each night, and that's pretty much unheard of in professional wrestling, especially around here in our area, Northeast Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania area. And he's had very successful crowds down in Virginia, and I think the product speaks for itself. He's going with a lot of WWE names and some local guys as well, and he's building up his own talent, which is always a helpful thing to do. And pretty much I think it's going to be a force to be reckoned with, the AWE.
We're talking with Rob Feinstein here. Now, Rob, folks who know wrestling know your background with Ring of Honor. I mean, folks have loved Ring of Honor for years. Of course, you were the driving force behind getting that started. Talk about your philosophy in terms of booking. I mean, I know that you're working with Marvin very closely, obviously, in the booking, not just the nightly shows, but the long-term storylines. And talk to me about your philosophy and how the approach you bring to wrestling entertainment.
Yeah, I think the product speaks for itself as far as the way we're going. We're going towards a more family-friendly type product. And, with Ring of Honor, it was geared towards the internet smart fans. And I would say the AWE product is more geared towards the casual wrestling fans that watch WWE and TNA every Monday and Thursday night. And the product itself is fan-friendlier. Got my words a little bit twisted here. But, and you see we're using a lot of guys that are familiar, that just came off of WWE TV, like Carlito and Jimmy Yang and Tracy Brooks from TNA. So we have a good mix of talent.
Yeah, a good mix of talent with the names that people recognize. That might get people in the door, but then also the sort of homegrown talent, I guess you can say, the Micah Fletchers and folks like that are attempting to be built up there. So the philosophy is, I guess, use the names to help get people in the door, but then the product and the newcomers to AWE maybe, I guess, keep people coming back, so to speak.
Right. Well, my goal is basically to get the guys over that he's using his local talent. We want to get them to be the superstars of AWE. As you see, Micah Fletcher, like you mentioned, Alex Silva, Jamin, Muhammad Akbar, who just came into the company as well. We basically want to get those guys to the level of Carlito, and that's why we're doing a lot of matches with the WWE guys that pretty much give them the rub-offs. And, and so far it's worked out very well.
So what do you think as far as the potential, with your experience in booking and running a company yourself, right now Marvin's in Virginia, but I know the goal is to move up and down the East Coast, eventually, shows across the country. Your idea of what the thirst might be out there for a new product like AWE, independent wrestling, and bringing this kind of product to bear?
Well, I think it's going to go over well wherever AWE goes. I don't think it has to be just in Virginia. I think if they go up north, if they go down south, even to the West Coast, I think wrestling fans want a wrestling product out there that they can believe in, and AWE is going to offer that product. I think right now with the wrestlers that they have and the foundations that they have, and some of the other talent that's been calling the offices of AWE wanting to get into the company, there's a lot of wrestlers that are hungry, and a lot of wrestlers want to prove themselves and have a platform that showcase their art. And I think AWE is going to be the platform for a lot of wrestlers out there, and there's going to be a lot of brand new stars, like we were talking about Alex Silva, who I see a ton of potential in. Of course, Micah Fletcher, Muhammad Akbar, who I was really impressed with as well. And these are guys that maybe nobody really heard of right now. They're from OVW, and they're looking to make a name for themselves. And what a better way than do it in AWE. And hopefully, with the presence that we have on the internet, and the fans are going to become more familiar with their talents in the ring. So I think you're going to see a lot of upcoming wrestlers come through the doors of AWE.
It's not just Rob Feinstein involved with AWE as well. RF Video is also a part of the team too. Talk about RF Video and what you guys are doing. Obviously, you've put together a lot of stuff from those first two shows.
We've been around for 15 years, and of course, RF Video was very instrumental in ECW. I don't know if you knew that. We were a part of ECW for a greater 10 years, maybe 9 years. We filmed all of the ECW events all over the country, and we pretty much are bringing that to a new level here at AWE. We're using HD cameras, and we're filming the events, and we're editing everything from our end as well, and we're pretty much in charge of the production as far as the events go with cameras and the filming.
Well, Rob Feinstein, thank you for your time today. Great talking with you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me, Chris.